I see the points he's making there, but the truth is that President Obasanjo is still a member of the PDP, and his party is in government. And when he comes out and says he still doesn't know who he's going to support, what do you think that says for Mr. President?
First and foremost, I don't think Mr. Obasanjo or former President Obasanjo is still a member of PDP. He might probably be in books, but in acts, I don't think he is. And again, I would say that for the presidential candidate of APC to have accepted the support of President Olusegun Obasanjo, I think on his own is what we can call a political harakiri. Is suicidal, and I think I don't understand, because the major issue is this: in every sane community, every sane country, people like President Olusegun Obasanjo should not be talking, let alone their opinions making headlines in newspapers. It might probably be okay, 8 years president of Nigeria, fine, I understand, but the major issue is about morality. For someone that has a lot of very controversial man, we have the issue of the National Integrated Power Project running over $16 billion. Under his watch, we have the Aliburton scam, we have the Siemens scam, we have the even that Owu Kingdom. When he wanted the installation of the Owu King, he nominated someone. The kingdom can said, no, this individual is not fit.
Does that really take away from the fact that he has that influence? I mean, even before he became president again in '99, he was someone who was always very vocal about his opinions, and he always sort of swayed opinion, I think. So I think you can't necessarily take away the fact that he has that influence.
No. You can't take it away. You can actually, like in Nigeria, you have the right to speak out. You can talk about your opinion, which is fine. But for it now to not be a major concern in issues that even youths, that individuals like us that believe that we should know the right thing, start using that as a compass to choosing a candidate, it is preposterous.
But for me, I quite disagree with my brother, with due respect to him. I mean, for as much as I know, President Obasanjo, a former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, whether we like it or not, has some kind of influence.
Doesn't get higher than that, does it?
And he's not even the only person who has that kind of influence. If you are a former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you automatically have a kind of leverage. And then we have to be very, sincere with ourselves. Those are very senior citizens of this country, even though we all believe that we are all the same thing. But then I just believe that ultimately Nigerians would decide whoever they want to govern them. But then anybody is very free to adopt anybody or to say that, oh yes, I'm supporting so person. We have had a number of other people who have supported candidates, and then people are not really raising any eyebrows.
The political window is just, people are just switching parties.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very interesting. Yes. Let's still stick with the votes now. You were talking about the Nigerians voting who they want and all of that. And it looks like when the elections were postponed, there was some sort of lethargy, like, we have to now wait 6 weeks again. People are fed up with all of the campaigning and the mudslinging. Newspapers have been very interesting, though, I have to say that myself, absolutely. With all of the ads that I'm seeing. Do you think the 6 weeks window that's open now, do you think it's going to create more apathy or more enthusiasm for voters?
That's a very good question, and I love that. But I think one needs to start this way. To be very honest with you, I saw it coming. And then the truth is, we really needed to shift the election dates in the first place, but not by 6 weeks. Let that point be very clear. Because with the way INEC were going the other side, the other time, the way they were coming along, one would see that INEC was not
so they should have moved it more because of INEC than for security is what you're saying?
Well, maybe not leaving out security issues, because that is a very important concern. If the military would come out and say that they cannot guarantee the security of lives and property, of over 700,000 adult staffs of INEC, I think it calls for serious concern. But then, I think that even INEC was not so much ready before that, security excuse came up. Because a number of people, were not issued their PVCs, they couldn't have access to them. You still don't have yours. So, even before the shift in the dates, a number of people, didn't have access to their PVCs and all that. And then you see that with the way INEC was going then, we're not likely to have good, credible elections. But with the shift, it's quite good. But I'm just concerned that 6 weeks, too far away. In all honesty, we do not have to shift by 6 weeks. But then now that we have this situation in our hands, and then with the circumstance, exactly. This is quite huge. And then I just expect that INEC will seize that opportunity to conduct free, fair, transparent, absolutely credible polls, you know, in the coming days. But my concerns, I'm sorry, is that I see more games playing up in the coming days. And that's where we have to be very careful. And then we need to sound a note of warning to our leaders that the youths are watching. We are all watching, and we do not want them to set dangerous precedents for us in this country. That's the only concern. It's worrisome, quite worrisome though, but then they have to take, you know, a serious step by ensuring that that date does not move anymore. Again. Exactly.
Still sticking with INEC now, it's been a very, very controversial week, if I may say, for Atahiru Jaga, Professor Atahiru Jaga, who's the chairman of INEC. There's been controversy about whether he's going to be removed or not, and whether he can actually conduct free and fair elections. We've heard percentages thrown over the place, 38% in certain places for PVC collections, and all of that. What's the faith like in INEC as a body, not necessarily the man himself, to conduct proper elections on the 28th of March and 11th of April? Do you think INEC can actually pull it off without, I don't know what word to use, with politicians actually accepting the results?
I think it's really going to be a hard one. In one of my columns, I think I was discussing something of such this week. The major issue we have on ground now, after this shifting of 6 weeks, and the kind of control or perceived control of the military or the presidency via proxy on INEC, will actually affect the results of the election. Not that it will affect, it will affect the acceptability of the. If the result doesn't favor the opposition, you expect them to raise a eyebrow, because they will feel that, oh, we had it in February 14th.
But it looks like the ruling party has thrown more slander at INEC in the last week.
Yes. I think the ruling party is also concerned that INEC might probably have is tilting towards the opposition, because from the statistics they gave us, 80% collection in Northeast, a region that is under Boko Haram attack, and all of a sudden they have 80% collection of PVCs. While we in Southwest, we sleep, we are hale and healthy, we sleep. There is no problem, and they're telling us we have 46, 54%. So it's really worrisome when you look at these statistics, because it shows that it's questionable. So I think it's a major issue. But I also believe that with the 6 weeks is enough, is good, and I will have been able to do. We have been able to.
It's actually ending on the 8th of March, from what they say, PVC collection.
Yes, 8th of March is okay. At least
they have 20 days after that to prepare for the election.
So people have gotten their PVCs. The voters register will have been ready. The ad hoc will have been trained. So it should be a perfect. Okay, nearly. It can't be totally error-free, but nearly error-free. So that it won't be. There won't be any.
Yeah. On a final note now, before we go, I want to talk debates, because it looks like that may not happen. The APC candidate, General Buhari, has said he's not going to be involved in any of them. The PDP even said, okay, you organize one and just call us and we're going to show up. Do you think it's going to happen? I mean, we have 5 weeks. What are we going to be doing for 5 weeks?
Well,
we could feed a debate every week.
If somebody had said that he's not coming for any debate, then who are we to now sit here and say that he would probably show up? I mean, but you know, the truth is, I think that debate should have been a serious cause for consideration by General Buhari. It's a good platform to actually let Nigerians know what exactly he wants to do, what exactly he wants to achieve, and how he intends to pursue all of those things in clear terms. Because, like I've been saying for some days now, or for weeks now, the Conservative Party in the UK, for example, a very serious example, classical example. If you're going out to campaign to people to vote for you, you need to let them know in clear terms what you want to achieve.
Well, they say that's why they've been granting interviews. There's an interview every day now from one of the candidates. Do you think that's going to be of help?
I don't think so. I think most of the interviews they've been granting is just repeating what they've been saying at campaign arenas. The debate is not about interviews, it's about in-depth analysis into what you want to do. You have to explain in clear terms. Like somebody said, I'll continue. In Naira and Kobo, you have to tell us the visibility, how possible it is for these promises, how possible for you to be able to do it. So if someone is telling me I'll do it, it's not right. I think it's a stain on the opposition, it's a stain on General Buhari for him to have refused to attend any of the debate, even his channels organized debate. I think it's a huge problem, which I feel the party should be able to. They should talk within themselves and work it out sincerely.
Well, thank you very much, Wale. Thank you very much, Adekoya. If we talk Nigeria, I mean, it's always a very passionate issue to talk about. Thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more right here on Robin Wines. Please stay with us.